tonight between Parkview and Central Gwinnett. And then from there it'll go to Thursday for the winning team playing against the team. The team that wins tonight will be idle tomorrow night. The loser of the second game will play the winner of this game. After this game, we'll be down to 3 teams left. The Rams huddle around the mound, and senior Brent Johnson wishing him words of encouragement. Brian Moon gets his signals all straight with him. The Rams come into this game with a 20-6 mark. They're 1-1 in the tournament. And the Brookwood Broncos come in at 16-9. They're also 1-1 in the tournament. We're just about ready to go. And the Brookwood Broncos will send up Ashley Sweat, Jason Harris, and Nick Green to the plate in the first inning. And just as we thought we were about ready to go, the home plate umpire walks over to the dugout and is talking to a photographer trying to get him just off the edge of the field there. Appeared he was in the field of play, and they move him off. Very breezy out here. They could play havoc with some balls hit up high in the air. But the sun is out. There are a few clouds in the sky. Looks a lot nicer than it did last night. And we would like to say a special hello to Mr. J. Hope Brannon, who is home from the hospital and listening to Ram baseball. And we're underway as Brent Johnson sends the first pitch, and it's ripped down the line for a base hit by Ashley Sweat. Matt Easterday up quickly, gets it back in to hold him to a single. That ball down the line inside of Sam Allen, and immediately Brookwood has their first runner on base with the first hit of the ball game. That'll bring Jason Harris, the center fielder, to the plate. The last time the Rams faced the Brookwood Broncos, Jason Harris was 0 for 3 and reached on a hit by pitch. And here's the first pitch. And just a little bit outside for a ball from Brent Johnson. Brent has shown excellent control this year, not walking many, only 8 in all the innings he's pitched. Lance Coffin holds the runner at first. Ashley Sweat with a short lead. Johnson checks him and brings the 1-0 home. Breaking ball pops straight back here and out of play. That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a little nippy out here, but the sun is shining brightly. The wind blowing and swirling. Right now it's blowing more towards left and left center, and then immediately as I say that, it swirls towards center. 1-1 the count. No one out here in the top of the first. Johnson checks the runner and steps off. He's ready to go again. Wheels and deals, and swinging a little number. Johnson will go down to second base, and he is going to be safe at first, second, and safe at first. He beat the play down to second base, and both runners are safe. Oh, now they're ruling a foul ball. The ball evidently hit behind the plate or on the plate and rolled out in front. That's going to make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a break for the Rams there, as that appeared to be a base hit. Brent Johnson decided to go for the lead runner at second and did not get him, and there would have been 2 runners on. But now the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes with no one out here in the first inning. And Johnson brings the 1-2 home. Breaking ball shot. Ryan Allen can't come up with it. It's off his glove into left field. Easterday up with it and brings it back in. That puts runners at first and second with nobody out for third baseman Nick Green. And Nick Green was the villain against the Rams the last time as he drove in. Had a big base hit to keep things going in that game. In the last time the Rams were here. Brent Johnson in early trouble. The Ram infield in at the corners looking for the bunt. And here's the first pitch from Johnson, and a swing and a miss. A good pitch low and away, and Nick Green came up empty. No balls and 1 strike to the Brookwood Broncos third baseman. And Johnson prepares to bring the 0-1. And he steps off as Ryan Moon, the second baseman, tried to get in behind Ashley Sweat down at second base. He checks the runner and brings the 0-1 home. And outside corner at the knees, and a beauty as Johnson worked the corner, and he's ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Be an excellent spot for the strikeout. Johnson in early trouble here. 2 runners on, no one out. Johnson readies. And here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, and He really pulled the string on that one, and Nick Green, way out in front, unable to connect with it, and that's going to be the first strikeout of the ball game for Brent Johnson. That brings Wes Warren, the left fielder, to the plate for the Brookwood Broncos. All of the Broncos out in front of their dugout, cheering on their teammates. Brian Allen sneaks in behind the runner down at second. Johnson checks and brings the 0-1 to Zwern. And another good pitch down low in the strike zone. Zwern unable to come up with the fastball. He's behind in the count. No balls and one strike. Now with one out, though, on a big strikeout of Nick Green by Brent Johnson. Brent Johnson checks the runners. Steps off. Ryan Allen once again was in behind Ashley Sweat down at second base. And Brent Johnson wisely stepped off to allow him to get back into position. He readies now from the belt, and there's the pickoff throw down there. Oh, almost throws it away. Good pickup by Ryan Allen, the Ram shortstop. There's no score early in the first inning. One out as Brookwood bats. The Rams won the coin toss and are the home team today. Brent checks the runners and brings the 0-1. A curveball just a little bit low and inside. Drops just out of the strike zone. 1-1 the count now. Runners lead away. Ashley Sweat from second, Jason Harris from first. And here's the 1-1 from Johnson. Swing and a miss at the fastball, outside corner. And Johnson ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Once again, the breezy day here. Anything up in the air could be an adventure. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the first inning, no score. Brent Johnson has his sign from Brian Moon. Checks the runners and brings it home. Curveball and a beauty. See you later. Wes Warren becomes the second strikeout victim as he could not come up with the curveball, breaking down and away. An excellent pitch from Brent Johnson. He's within 1 out now of working his way out of this hole. 2 outs now. Runners still at first and second. Ashley Sweat led off with a single. He was moved to second on a base hit by Jason Harris, where they still stand now after 2 strikeouts by Brent Johnson. Brad Teal, the catcher, comes to the dish. Brent checks the runners and brings the first one. Swing, and there's a shot up the middle. It's a base hit. The runner around third. He's going to try to score, and he holds up. As Luke Allen came up throwing, and they wisely held Ashley Sweat down at third base. That loads the bases now, though. 3 hits, no runs yet. The bases are jammed, and that brings shortstop Mark Bell to the plate. There's no place to put him, so Brent Johnson has to throw strikes. Lance Coffin in talking to Brent Johnson, talking over some strategy. The infield will play back except for Sam Allen, who plays right at the edge of the grass, just in case Mark Bell decides to drop one down in a surprise attempt. And Brent Johnson gets his sign and brings the first one way outside for a ball as he unleashed the fastball and it sailed away. 1 ball and no strikes. This is not the spot for Brent to get wild. 1-0, but there's no room for Mark Bell. Here comes the 1-0 from Johnson. And a swing and a miss. A good pitch as he fooled Bell. Bell tried to check his swing, but could not. And that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the first inning. Rams in a jam. Bases are packed full of Broncos. Johnson readies. Here comes the 1-1. And another fastball high and away. That makes the count 2-1. All the Ram fans shouting encouragement to Brent Johnson. Good crowd down the third base line full of Ram fans. And down the first base side of a lot of Brookwood Bronco fans. Johnson steps off. Ashley Sweat leads from third. Jason Harris from second. And Brad Teal from first. And here's the 2-1 and a swing and a miss at a good off-speed breaking ball. And that evens the count now at 2-2. Johnson with a good pitch there to even the count. He can get out of it now. He's within 1 pitch of getting out of the jam. 2-2 the count. 2 out. Bases loaded. This could be a critical spot in the ball game. Johnson once again steps off, taking his time, making sure of the sign from catcher Brian Moon. Ram infield at normal depth. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. And it's popped up on the infield. Shortstop Ryan Allen calls for it and squeezes it, and the Rams dodge a bullet. For the Brookwood Broncos, there were no runs. They had 3 hits, no Newton Ram errors, and 3 big runners left on base. We head now to the bottom of the first inning. Your score is Brookwood 0 and Newton coming to bat. You're listening to Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating at 786-4937. They'll send them packing, termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches, and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls.
Take the first step in enjoying the benefits of professional foot and ankle care by calling Atlanta Area Podiatry at 385-1935 in Covington or 918-1943 in Conyers. For your convenience, most surgical procedures are performed in our surgical suite on an outpatient basis. State-of-the-art laser equipment will minimize your discomfort. For initial consultation to follow-up care, contact Atlanta Area Podiatry, located at 4122 Tate Street in Covington or 1720 Honey Creek Commons in Conyers. Call the best before trying the rest. Atlanta Area Podiatry, 385-1935 in Covington or 918-1943 in Conyers. Your headquarters for quality care. Atlanta Area Podiatry, 4122 Tate Street in Covington or 1720 Honey Creek Commons in Conyers. Atlanta Area Podiatry.
Now back out to the field with Bill Dolan.
Brookwood High School, Newton Ram baseball as we head to the bottom of the first inning. The Newton Rams dodged a bullet as the Brookwood Broncos put 3 runners on base, but they got out of it on a pop-up to the shortstop. The Rams look like this. Ryan Allen, the shortstop, leads off. Brian Moon, the catcher, hits second. Luke Allen, the center fielder, hits third. Richie Cleary, the right fielder, is the cleanup hitter. Sam Allen, third baseman, hits fifth. Lance Coffin, the first baseman, in the sixth hole. Brent Johnson pitching and hitting seventh. Ryan Moon, the second baseman, hits eighth. And Matt Easterday, the left fielder, hits ninth. For the Brookwood Broncos, Andrew Bice at first, Corey Tarver at second, Mark Bell is the shortstop, Nick Green at third base. Around the outfield, Wes Warren in left, Jason Harris in center, Ashley Sweat in right, Brad Teal behind the plate, and Jamie Evans on the mound for the Broncos. And here comes the first offering to Ryan Allen, and it's a ball a little bit low and inside. Ryan Allen, the leadoff hitter for the Rams, doing a tremendous job this season at doing just that, leading off and getting on base. Here comes Evans, 1-0, and it's a strike call. A beauty, a fastball inside corner at the knees. That evens the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Evans gets his sign from catcher Brad Teal and prepares to bring it home. Here's the 1-1, and a rip foul down the first base line, and Ryan Allen is now in the hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a curveball that broke down and in on Ryan, and he fought it off, fouling it down the first base line. He hits here with no one out in the first inning. Jamie Evans, the pitcher for the Brookwood Broncos, gets ready, and here comes the 1-2, and it bounces in front of the plate. Good stop by Brad Teal, the catcher. That evens the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Ram leadoff hitter, shortstop, Ryan Allen. And Evans has his sign and prepares to bring the 2-2 offering to Ryan Allen. Here it is, and it's up high for a ball. Ryan Allen laid off it. They appeal, and the third base umpire says, no, he did not go around. That runs the count full now. 3-2 the count on the leadoff hitter for the Rams in the bottom of the first inning. Jamie Evans shakes off a sign, and here comes the payoff pitch, and it's ball 4 as it bounces down in the dirt. And Ryan Allen does what he has done so often this year, gets on base to start off the ball game. That'll bring Brian Moon, the senior catcher, to the plate. Brian, a switch hitter, will be hitting from the left side against the right-handed pitcher. And Brian, the last couple games where he's gotten to bat left-handed, has done a better job of driving the ball. He's come a little bit farther off that plate and hitting the ball much better. Pitcher checks the runner at first, Ryan Allen. Ryan with 13 stolen bases so far on the season. And there's a snap throw over there, and he's back in time. Ryan, during the regular season, walked 21 times and also has a couple free passes so far in the playoffs. Another throw over there, and Allen back in time. And for a right-handed pitcher, Jamie Evans has a pretty good move over to first base. Trying to keep Ryan Allen close. The Rams love to run, and particularly against a right-hander. Allen with a good-sized lead. Jamie Evans checks him and brings the first one to Moon. That ball is just shot down the right field line, and it is foul. Just foul. Looked like the Rams had a chance to maybe plate the first run of the game. Brian Moon turned on one and ripped it, and it couldn't have been fouled by a foot or two from our angle here. The umpire gave the sign foul. Ryan Allen off to the races. Probably could have scored as that ball got out into the right field corner. Tremendous amount of space in foul territory here at Brookwood High School. No balls and one strike. The count to Brian Moon. Brian has committed to Southern Union. Another throw to first, and Ryan Allen back in time. A couple other Rams seniors have committed to colleges. Lance Coffin and Sam Allen have both committed to Young Harris. So that team will benefit from several of these good Ram players. Here's the 0-1, and it's down a little bit low. Brian lays off it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Ryan Allen led off with a walk. He's down there now as Brian Moon bats. Checks down at third base to get the sign from Coach Joe Brassfield. Coach Derek Coggins, the coach down at first base. Allen with a short lead. And here's the pitch. Swinging the ball sky towards right field. Going back at the wall, and he makes the catch. Brian Moon didn't miss a home run by about 5 feet as he hit it deep to right field, and nothing but a long out in the scorebook. Ryan Allen was going on the pitch and had to scamper back to first base. He's there now with 1 out. That Brian Moon really got into that one, hit it a ton high, and backed the right fielder up all the way to the wall. But he was able to make the play. That brings Luke Allen to the plate. Luke Allen, the center fielder, and he's glad to see a right-handed pitcher here. Another throw to first, and Ryan back in time safely. Amy Evans keeping a very close eye on Ryan Allen. Andrew Bice, the first baseman, holds him on. And here's the first pitch to Luke. That's swing and a miss, and Allen is going, and he is saved as the throw gets away from the shortstop. Credit a stolen base to Ryan Allen. He's down at second base in scoring position now as Luke swung and missed at a ball a little bit low. He's in the hole, no balls and 1 strike, but with a duck on a pond. Ryan Allen, senior shortstop, leadoff hitter extraordinaire, leads away from second base. The wind died down just a little bit here, not quite as gusty as it was. Here's the 0-1 to Allen, and it's a fastball and a beauty inside corner for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on Luke Allen. Jamie Evans pitching for the Broncos today. He looks in and gets his sign from Brad Teal. He's ahead of Luke Allen, 0-2. And just as I mentioned about the wind, it really picks up and is blowing real hard. Here's the next one, and Luke fights off a tough pitch, fouling it over into the Newton dugout. Catcher Brian Moon picks it up and sends it back to the umpire. Luke stayed alive there. He's still in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Has to shorten up and just try and keep the ball in play. Ryan Allen down at second with 1 out now. Jamie Evans has a sign, checks the runner, and brings it home. And Luke swinging a miss at a curveball, breaking down and in and probably out of the strike zone. And that makes 2 outs now in the bottom of the first inning. That'll bring big Richie Cleary to the plate. Richie Cleary leads the team in home runs with 4, and within 1 or 2 of the team lead in RBIs. Richie's had a good season, real close to that 300 mark on the season. During the regular season, before the playoffs started, he came in at 284. Here's the first one to Richie. It's a curveball, and Richie fishing comes up empty. No balls and 1 strike. Richie likes the fastball. He's predominantly a fastball hitter, and he has had some problems with the breaking balls. He's in the hole, no balls and 1 strike. And Jamie Evans gets a sign from catcher Brad Teal. He checks Ryan Allen down at second base and brings it to Richie. And another curveball, and the same result, a swing and a miss. And Cleary now in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Newton Rams versus the Brookwood Broncos. The Broncos loaded the bases, but failed to score in the first. Newton with a runner down at second with 1 out. He's down there with 2 outs now, and Richie Cleary at the dish. Jamie Evans checks the runner, and here's the pitch, and outside, about 2 feet outside. That might be the closest Richie Cleary's going to see a fastball, as he wasted one. That makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Senior third baseman Sam Allen on deck, swinging the lumber, ready to do battle. Wind picking up again, blowing straight out to center field. If Richie can get one up in the wind here, it could leave the yard. 1 and 2, and here it is, and he pops it straight up and coming straight back. Catcher Brad Teal underneath it, squeezes it for the out. And that's going to do it for the Rams in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. There was 1 walk and 1 left. We head now to the top of the second inning. No score. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS, AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Iris Drive in Conyers. 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan. We won't be undersold. That's 922-7600. Your guide to lawn care, farming, and gardening is the Farm and Garden Depot on Emory Street in Covington. For animal health, they have vitamins, dewormers, Happy Jack and Adams flea products, rabbit cages and supplies, chicken feeders and supplies, and AG spot sprayers. That's the Farm and Garden Depot, 4125 Emory Street, behind Burger King in Covington. 787-3870, 787-3870.
And welcome back to Brookwood High School and Newton Ram baseball. Bill Dolan bringing you the play-by-play as we head to the top of the second inning. No score yet, as both had a chance to do some damage in the first, and both came away empty-handed. Good pitching jobs by both pitchers as they pitched out of jams. Richie Cleary fouled out to the catcher with a runner at second off Jamie Evans, and Brent Johnson induced Mark Bell to pop up to the shortstop with the bases jammed. The Broncos will send the bottom 3 in their batting order this inning. Craig Butler, the designated hitter, leads off against Johnson. First pitch, line down the third base line, but foul. He just kind of stuck the bat out at it, served it down the line, but it went foul all the way down into the bullpen. No balls and 1 strike on the designated hitter for the Broncos. Johnson brings the 0-1, a swing and a miss, a beauty inside corner, and Johnson ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Brent Johnson working quickly now, has his sign, and brings the 0-2 home. Breaking ball bounces, and Craig Butler did not offer at it. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now. No score as we are in the top of the second inning. The wind blowing straight out to center field right now. Johnson shakes off a sign from Moon and has one he wants. Here comes the 1-2 offering. Fastball outside about 2 feet. That evens the count now at 2-2. Brent gave up 3 base hits, all singles in the first inning, and none of them were able to come around to score. Here's the 2-2 offering, just a little bit outside, and he has run the count full now, 3-2. Brent's in danger of walking his first batter of the game. He readies, and here's the payoff pitch, and a shot to left center field. That ball gets down, and Matt Easterday overcuts it off and gets it back in to hold Craig Butler to a single. That's the 4th hit of the game already for the Brookwood Broncos, and that will bring Andrew Bice, the first baseman, to the plate. And looks like there's going to be a change quickly. We're going to have a pinch runner for Craig Butler. And
pinch runner for the Broncos, number 26, Brad Steyer.
Brad Steyer, I think was the name, is going to be pinch running. In high school ball, you can go out and come back in. I'm sure we'll see the designated hitter back up the next time he's due to hit. Brad Steinhauer is the runner. Brad Steinhauer. Andrew Bice, the first baseman, steps to the plate. And Brent Johnson checks the runner at first and brings the first one. And it hits him. It hits Andrew Bice. And he will walk down to first base. And Brent Johnson, once again, digging a hole. That's 2 runners on now with nobody out. That pitch plugged Andrew Bice right in the rib cage, and he trots down to first base. He appears to be okay. And that'll bring Corey Tarver, the second baseman, to the plate. Ram infield has to look for the bunt here, the 9th place hitter in the lineup. Sam Allen cheating in, Lance Cawthon cheating in. 2 on and nobody out against Brent Johnson. And we've got some action down in the Ram bullpen. Johnson checks the runners and brings it home, and it's a called strike. Snap throw back down to second base, and just back in time is Brad Steinhauer, as Brian Moon caught him a long ways from the bag and almost picked him off. No balls and 1 strike. It's going to be Michael Doss loosening down in the bullpen. If the Rams make a pitching change, he will probably come in and go out to the outfield, and Luke Allen would come in to pitch. Johnson checks the runners and brings the 0-1, shortens up the bunt, and takes a called strike. He's now in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. So at this point in time, Corey Tarver has not been able to get the bunt down. But we saw that happen last night with 2 strikes, as the Parkview Panther batter was able to lay it down with 2 strikes and move the runners over, and that led to the only run of the ball game. 0-2 the count. Johnson brings it home. Curveball just a little bit low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Johnson, working himself into a jam again, has given up a base hit and hit a batter here in the 2nd inning. He checks both runners, has his sign, and brings the 1-2. And another pitch just a little bit low. 2-2 the count. Brent not missing by much, but just enough to not get the call. That evens the count at 2-2. He doesn't want to walk this hitter and get around to the top of the order. He's ready. Here's the 2-2 offering, and that's low and back to the backstop. As it bounced in the dirt, Brian Moon hurries after it, and that makes up for the lack of the sacrifice. Runners move over to 2nd and 3rd now on the wild pitch from Brent Johnson. He was ahead in the count 0-2, and suddenly it's now 3-2. And Coach Joe Brassfield, I think, has seen enough, as he is going to make the pitching change right now with the count 3-2. We'll be back to tell you about it in just a moment. You're listening to Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
Today's business relies on communication. A two-way radio system provides communication instantly. For information about two-way radio, visit East Metro Communications, this area's oldest dealer in communications equipment. East Metro Communications is locally owned and operated. That means you get good hometown service before and, most importantly, after the sale. East Metro Communications is conveniently located on Highway 278, a quarter mile east of the hospital. Call 786-6796.
It's May's Best Buys of the Month going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware. A Weed Eater 12-inch electric trimmer, only $25.77. Ace Insecticides, $3.99 each. A Festival High Back Chair, $8.97. And Gilmore 1-gallon poly sprayer, only $9.97. It's May's Best Buys of the Month going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza.
High School, and Coach Joe Brassfield did not waste any time in getting Brent Johnson out of the game. He brings Luke Allen in from center field to pitch. Luke takes over the pitching chores, and Chris Middlebrooks comes into the game, and looks like he'll play right field. Richie Cleary moves over to left field, and Matt Easterday moves to center field. So we've got people moving all over the place, but Chris Middlebrooks comes in Brent Johnson's spot and will play right field. Luke Allen comes in as the pitcher from center field, and Richie Cleary moves over to left field, Matt Easterday to center field. I believe we've got all the changes finally here. We're only in the 2nd inning, and the Rams are playing musical players already. Of course, this is not a game that you can waste time on. Every run means could mean the end of the season for you. This is do or die for both teams. Lance Cawthon and Brian Moon talking to Luke Allen. Luke Allen inherits a 3-ball and 2-strike count. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Tough position to come into. The Broncos have 4 hits already and have also had another runner reach on a hit by pitch. They've had 5 base runners in 1+ innings. There's no one out here in the second inning. The Ram infield is going to play in at the corners, but back around second and short. And Luke Allen with a pickoff play. Look towards third and then over to first, but there's no runner at first. And here comes the 3-2 pitch from Allen, and it's chopped towards Ryan Moon. He holds the runner at second. 1 run scores, and the runner is out at first. Good job by Ryan Moon. Coach Joe Basfield decided to go ahead and give up the run for the out. They needed to get the out. So Corey Tarver is retired on the play, second to first. Credit him with an RBI as the first run of the game scores. Brad Steinhauer comes home on the putout. Still a runner at second and only 1 out now as Ashley Sweat, the leadoff hitter, comes to the plate. Ashley had a base hit his first time, made it all the way around to third base where he was stranded. Luke Allen checks the runner at second and brings the first one, a breaking ball just outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Andrew Bice, the first baseman who reached after being hit by a pitch, leads away from second. Luke checks him and brings the next one. And Ashley Sweat went after it. And yes, he tried to check his swing. The first base umpire says, no, he went around. And 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch way high in the strike zone, and Sweat tried to check his swing, was unable to do so. Allen even in the count now, 1-1 with 1 out. Checks the runner at second and brings a 1-1, a breaking ball, and that's just outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 runner on. The Broncos have plated the first run of the game here in the second inning and lead 1-0. Allen has his sign and brings the 2-1. And a fastball just a little bit outside. He's now behind 3 balls and 1 strike. Wind starting to whip up again, blowing hard towards the outfield. Allen readies for the 3-1. Here it is. And that ball skied towards center field. Matt Easterday in his tracks comes up with it. Runner tags. He's throwing, but goes back as the throw. A strong one comes in, and that's the second out of the inning. Good play by Matt Easterday. He's had to move over to center field since Luke Allen came in to pitch. Andrew Bice tagged and started towards third, but a good strong throw by Matt Easterday into third, and he scampered back into second base. Jason Harris, the second baseman, bats now with 2 outs. This would be big if Luke can get out of this with only allowing the 1 run. Here's the first pitch, and way high for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. Nick Green, the third baseman, is on deck. He would hit next if Jason Harris keeps the inning going. Luke readies to bring the 1-0, and here it comes. Breaking ball, hit out towards right center field, and that'll score a run. Easterday over to cut it off and hold the runner to a single, and that's the second run of the ball game. Jason Harris with a base hit to right center field. Drives in Andrew Bice from second base. And the score is now 2-0. Brookwood with 2 outs in the second inning. Charged both of those runs to Brent Johnson, the starting pitcher. Everything from here on is now up to Luke Allen. It looked like he might get out of the inning with only the 1 run scored, but he made one just a little too good to Jason Harris, who laced it into right center field. And here's the first pitch to Nick Green, the third baseman for the Broncos. Way high and away with the fastball, and Brian Moon trots out to talk to Luke, trying to get him to calm down a little bit and stay within himself. Luke trying to throw hard, perhaps overthrowing a little bit. 2-0 is your score here in the top of the second inning. Brookwood has plated 2. They have 5 hits already in this ballgame. The Rams without a base knock. They have 1 base runner who reached on the free pass. 1 ball and no strikes to Nick Green. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. A good pitch by Allen that time. And that evens the count at 1-1. Green was a strikeout victim his first time at the plate, as Brent Johnson was able to get him swinging. Here's the 1-1. And that ball's popped foul. And over near the stands, Lance Cawthon on the run. Just comes up short. Almost got to it, but that Makes the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes as Luke gets ahead in the count. Lance Coffin ran a long ways and made a good effort to come up with that ball, but just couldn't quite get to it. There is a ton of foul space here at Brookwood High School. Nick Green, the third baseman for the Broncos, is ready. Luke Allen prepares to bring the 1-2. And here it is, a runner going. Pitches a ball to throw, and he is out on a perfect throw by Brian Moon. And he nailed Jason Harris from me to you. And that's going to do it for the Brookwood Broncos in the second inning. They do score 2 runs. They had 2 base hits. There were no Ram errors and no runners left on base. We head now to the bottom of the second inning with your score. Brookwood 2, Newton 0. You're listening to Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS, AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
If you bury your nose in a cloud of sawdust and breathe deep, you're going to get choked up. Unless you're the new Husqvarna 36 chainsaw with air injection filtering, now available at Coast to Coast Home and Auto. Husqvarna's exclusive air injection saws run up to 20 times cleaner than any other saw on the market. With the Husky 36, you can work harder and longer without stopping for a filter change. What's more, an ergonomic design means that you can last nearly as long as your Husky. An angled front grip puts you in a comfortable working position that's less prone to fatigue, and vibration is kept to a minimum by separating the handles and engine unit. At only $199.95, you can't buy a better saw for home or farm than the Husqvarna 36 with air injection. So to keep your nose clean, stop by Coast to Coast Home and Auto on the Square in Covington to see the 36 and our entire line of quality Husqvarna products.
Comes back, bottom of the second inning. Sam Allen leads it off and takes a ball low. Rams on the short end of a 2-0 score as they trail the Brookwood Broncos. Brookwood plated 2 in the second and leads 2-0. Sam Allen bats for the first time, up in the count 1-0. Here's the pitch, a little chopper down towards the shortstop. Gets a big hop though, up, throws, and got him. Good play by Mark Bell, the shortstop. Got a good hop, came up and made a good strong throw, and that's the first out of the inning for the Rams in the second inning. That'll bring Lance Coffin to the plate. Lance playing first base tonight. A heartbreaking loss for him last night as he pitched 6 strong innings, only allowed 3 hits, walked only 1, and that was intentional, and took the loss 1-0 to the Parkview Panthers. 1 out in the second inning. Here's the first pitch to Coffin. Breaking ball low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Rams trailing 2-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Jamie Evans brings the 1-0 home, and it's a called strike, 1-1 the count. 1-1 now on the Ram first baseman. Evans checks his sign from catcher Brad Teal and brings a 1-1 home, and inside pushes Coffin back off the plate just a little. 2-1 the count now. The Rams yet to have a base hit in this ballgame. The Broncos have 5. Here's the 2-1 to Coffin. Swing and chop foul down the third baseline past Coach Brasfield down into the corner. That evens the count now. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Coffin prepares himself for the 2-2 offering, and here it comes from Evans, and it's a curveball and a beauty, and Lance is out of there. See you later. He's caught looking, and that's the second out of the inning, and the second strikeout for Jamie Evans in the ballgame. He got Luke Allen with a curveball in the first, and catches Lance Coffin looking. That's going to bring Chris Middlebrooks to the plate. Chris came in last inning, and well, actually in the top of this inning, to play right field. This is his first at bat in a long time. Swinging a chopper towards the shortstop. Big hop, long throw, in time, and the Rams go quickly and quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. We head now to the top of the third inning. Your score is still Brookwood 2, Newton 0. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS, AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
Take the worry out of insurance claims with Auto Owners Insurance. Ranked as one of the top companies in the United States for claim service by a national consumer magazine, you'll enjoy a quick and fair settlement of your personal or business loss. In fact, we're known as the no-problem people because service is our claim to fame. See your Auto Owners Insurance agent today.
Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213.
Auto owners, the no problem people.
Hello again, everybody, from Brookwood High School, Newton Ram baseball. We head to the top of the third inning, and the news is not good for Ram fans. They're on the short end of a 2-0 score. Luke Allen has taken over on the mound, and he will pitch to Nick Green. Nick was at bat when Jason Harris was caught stealing on a perfect strike from catcher Brian Moon. Luke Allen readies and brings the first offering to Green, and it's a curveball that hits him in the helmet. Curveball that didn't break in, struck Nick Green, the third baseman, in the helmet, and that's the second Bronco hitter struck by a pitch today. That one, obviously, a curveball that just didn't quite snap, and hear it clunk off the helmet. He's fine, though, as he's down at first base. But the Broncos, once again, have their leadoff hitter on base. They've had the leadoff hitter on base every inning. Rams could be in a lot more trouble than just 2-0 at this point in time. That brings Wes Warren, the left fielder, to the plate for the Broncos. He was a strikeout victim his first time at the plate against Brent Johnson. And he shortens up the bunt, and he bunts and fouls it back to the backstop. And he's in the hole now. No balls and 1 strike. Brookwood trying to move the runners up and get them into scoring position. They failed to sacrifice in the last inning, but then a ball down in the dirt that went back to the screen moved both runners up, and that was very important in bringing the runners home. Allen prepares to bring the 0-1, and here it is. And it's a fastball up just a little high in the strike zone. That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Warren gave no indication of bunting that time. He looks down and gets his sign from the third base coach. Allen is ready. And here's the 1-1. And it's chopped to Sam Allen. Over to second for 1. Over to first. Got them both. And the Rams with the old 5-4-3 twin killing. And the pitcher's best friend has helped Luke Allen out here. Sam Allen with a good job. Stayed down on it. Made the good throw over to Ryan Moon at second, whose relay was in time to get Wes Warren at first base. So mark that one in your books. It's 5-4-3 on the double play. That'll bring Brad Teal, the catcher, to the plate. And here's the pitch, fouled right back at me here. And he's in the hole now. No balls and 1 strike. Teal had a base hit his first time up that loaded the bases as the Broncos stranded 3 in the first. And here's Allen's 0-1. And a called strike on the outside corner. And Luke ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Allen working quickly. Here comes the 0-2, and just off the outside part of the plate. Good pitch at 0-2. Tried to get him to go fishing outside. He did not go for it. And working very quickly. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss out in front. No, they're going to say it was a foul tip now. So he stays alive. Brad Teal stays alive. Just did foul 1 off. As Luke Allen came in with a good curveball. And Teal was unable to do much with it. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fastball just off the corner. Brian Moon wanted that call, but did not get it. That evens the count now. 2-2 with 2 outs. And Luke Allen looks in for a sign and brings the 2-2, and it bounces up there. Good stop by Brian Moon. That makes the count, runs the count full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, though, here in the top of the third inning. Runners on, though, thanks to the double play turned by the Ram infield. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot. Brian Moon knocks it down, picks it up, and throws. Can't get him, and he throws it away. Brian Moon with a good heads-up backup, and he is out on the play. Brian Moon with a great play, hustling down the first baseline, got the wild throw, and the runner Teal turned toward second. Brian Moon came up and made the tag on the play. That's going to do it for the Brookwood Broncos here in the top of the third inning. For the Broncos, they scored no runs. They had no hits. There was one Ram error and no one left on base. We head now to the bottom of the third inning and the Hard Luck Cafe wing ding inning with your score still Brookwood 2, Newton 0. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
For the best in chiropractic care, visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114, 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia, 482-1114, 482-1114.
Hey, Carl, the greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know, that's that little red building down by Nationwise. After a hard day hunting varmints on the golf course, I love to stop by and get some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. They've got them all the way from that extra mile up to my favorite, TNT. It's a real Cinderella story how Randy has become king of the wings. So stop by and see Randy or call him at 787-0421. When you do, tell him Carl sent you and maybe he'll give me a free wing or something. Remember, that's 787-0421.
Brookwood High School and Newton Ram baseball. Bill Dolan here with your play-by-play as we head to the bottom of the third inning and the Hard Luck Cafe wing ding inning. Your chance to win 100 hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. Ryan Moon leads it off, and he'll be batting for Sissy Martin of Covington, Georgia. If Ryan hits his first home run of the year, Sissy will be 100 hot wings to the better. And time is called. Wind really gusting out there, causing some problems. And we're ready to go now as Jamie Evans brings the first one home to Ryan Moon. And that's down low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Ryan Moon has not taken it out of the yard yet this year, but with the wind blowing as hard as it is to center, if he gets one up into it, it's got a chance. Here comes the 1-0 and a swing and a miss. Pitch a little bit low and away, and Ryan's not happy with himself on that one. That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan bats here in the bottom of the third inning and batting for Sissy Martin of Covington, Georgia. A chance to win 100 hot wings. Here comes Evans, 1-1 pitch, breaking ball low and away, and Plug does a good job of taking that. He's ahead in the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike. He'll be followed by Matt Easterday and then the top of the order, Ryan Allen. Evans working quickly, brings the 2-1 home to Ryan, and he swings and pops it up towards the second baseman. And Corey Tarver underneath it, squeezes it, and that's the first out of the inning in the third inning. Rams still without a base hit. Matt Easterday bats for the first time in this game. And Matt had his second home run of the year last Saturday, so if he can do it here, he would win 100 hot wings for Stacy Cotton of Covington, Georgia. Here's the first pitch to Matt, and it's down low in the dirt, ball 1. Matt Easterday, 2 home runs on the year, so he has the capability of taking it out of here. He could make Stacy Cotton a very happy camper if he can find it to drill it over the fence. 1-0 the count. Evans brings it home. Swing and chop towards the shortstop. And he's up, throws in the dirt. Good scoop by Andrew Bice, the first baseman. And Easterday retired, 6-3 in your scorebook. Mark Bell with a low throw, but Andrew Bice came up with a good scoop and retires Matt Easterday. And that brings Ryan Allen to the plate, the shortstop. Ryan walked his first time, stole second, but was stranded. He'll be batting for Mary Hammonds of Covington. Ryan with 1 home run on the season. Here's the first pitch to him, way high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. The Rams only 1 base runner so far and no hits in the game. And here comes the 1-0 to Ryan. Swing and chopped up the middle. Second baseman has to make gets a big hop and unable to throw as he puts in his pocket. And credit Ryan Allen with the first hit of the ball game for the Rams. Ryan hit a Texas a Baltimore chop heading right up the middle. The second baseman, Corey Tarver, went over and had to leap at the last moment to come up with it as it took a real high hop, and he kept it in his pocket as the speedy Ryan Allen was already down to first base. That's going to bring Brian Moon to the plate. Brian made a bid in the first inning as he backed the right fielder all the way to the wall, but Ashley Sweat came up with the ball right at the wall. That was after he had ripped one just foul down the right field line. Brian Allen has his lead at first. Brian Moon ready at the plate. And here comes the first pitch. Nunstead over to first base. Allen easily back in. Jamie Evans just gave up the first hit of the game to the Rams. Brian Allen gets his lead at first. Not a very big lead. Here's the pitch to Moon. Swinging a shot to center field, and that's down for a base hit. Allen will hold at second as Moon really labeled that one into center field. Hit so hard, Ryan Allen was not able to go but to second base, but Moondog really stinging the ball hard today. And the Rams with runners at first and second, and Luke Allen to the plate. Luke didn't look real good his first time, swinging at a curveball down and in and missing. This would be a good spot for him to break out of it and get the Rams on the scoreboard. Luke bats from the left side, so you know he's happy to see it's a right-handed pitcher and not a southpaw that has been his nemesis. Allen with his lead. And the first pitch down in the dirt. Good stop by catcher Brad Teal to keep the runners at bay. Luke Allen ahead in the count now. 1 ball, no strikes. There's 2 outs here, though, so it's going to take a 2-out bingo from Luke Allen to get the Rams on the board. Wind still blowing out strongly to left and left center. Evans checks again back at second and brings it home, and Luke hits it on 1 hop to the second baseman, Corey Tarver. He throws in time, and that's going to do it for the Rams in the last of the third inning. They get no runs. They did have 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. We head now to the top of the 4th inning. Your score is still Brookwood 2, Newton 0. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
Hey, Carl, the greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know, that's that little red building down by Nationwise. After a hard day hunting varmints on the golf course, I love to stop by and get some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. They've got them all the way from that extra mile up to my favorite, TNT. It's a real Cinderella story how Randy has become king of the wings. So stop by and see Randy or call him at 787-0421. When you do, tell him Carl sent you and maybe he'll give me a free wing or something. Remember, that's 787-0421.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating at 786-4937. They'll send them packing termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches, and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls. Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Iris Drive in Conyers, 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan. We won't be undersold. That's 922-7600.
And we head to the top of the 4th inning from Brookwood High School with your scores still Brookwood 2, Newton 0. And shortstop Mark Bell will lead it off for the Broncos. He popped up to the shortstop with the bases loaded his first at bat back in the 1st inning, and he leads off in the 4th inning. And the first pitch is a ball outside. Here comes a 1-0 from Luke, and it's a fastball inside corner at the knees. 1-1 the count. Luke Allen working, brings it home, swinging a shot to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Chris Middlebrooks over to cut it off and get it back in, and that's a leadoff single for Mark Bell in the 4th inning. That's the 6th hit of the ball game for the Brookwood Broncos. Rams finally got into the hit column with a pair in the last inning, but were unable to dent the scoreboard. And that's going to bring designated hitter Craig Butler to the plate. He had a base hit leading off the second inning and was pinch run for by Brad Steinhauer, ended up scoring a run. He shortens up the bunt and offers at it, foul tips, and he's in the hole now. No balls and 1 strike. Mark Bell's the runner at first. Craig Butler at the plate. He shortens the bunt again and offers at it, doesn't get it. He's now in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Ram infield on the move, prepared for the bunt, but Butler was unable to get it down. He's in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Mark Bell leads the way down at first. Allen checks him and brings the 0-2 high and away. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luke doing a little better job of wasting that 0-2 pitch, not making it too good to hit. And Butler ready for the 1-2. Allen checks the runner. Here it comes, and just a little bit outside with the fastball. That evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 4th inning already. Brookwood leads it 2-0. Luke prepares to bring the 2-2. He shortens the bunt, and the pitch is taken for a ball, and Brian Moon throws down to first base and throws it over Lance Coffin's head into the right field corner. Middlebrook's up, and Mark Bell down to second base on the air by Brian Moon. And that takes care of the problem of the no sacrifice again. When the Broncos fail to sacrifice, the Rams have helped them out twice now. 3-2 the count on Butler. Allen steps off as Ryan Allen snuck in behind the runner. Only the 4th error of the season for Brian Moon as his throw unleashed a little bit and took off. Here's the 3-2, and there's a base hit in the left field, and the runner will hold at third. Cleary gets it back in. That puts runners at the corners and nobody out. Luke had Craig Butler up in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Ran it to 3-2, and then gave a base hit to left field. Mark Bell had to hold at third base on the play. That brings Andrew Bice to the plate. He was struck by a pitch his last time. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. That's 7 hits now for the Broncos off of Ram pitching. Luke checks the runner at first and brings the first one home. Fastball just a little bit high to Andrew Bice. 1 ball, no strikes. Luke could really use the strikeout or the pop-up here. And Butler has his lead. Here's the pitch, and that ball skied towards right center field. And Matt Easterday underneath it makes the catch, and the runner will walk home with the 3rd run of the game for Brookwood on the sacrifice fly. Credit Andrew Bice with a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Craig Butler had to hold it first, but that is the first out of the inning. But now Brookwood 3, Newton 0. That'll bring Corey Tarver to the plate with 1 out and a runner on first base. Allen checks and brings the first pitch home, and it's a fastball and a beauty for a called strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Butler gets his lead, and here's the 0-1, a breaking ball drilled towards center field. Easterday comes hard, and makes a good catch. Here's the throw back over to first base. They might get him, but no, he's back in time. Matt Easterday made a good diving catch, came up showing the ball, and hesitated just a minute before throwing it back in, and the Rams may have had the double play on the runner Craig Butler at first base. But that's the 2nd out of the inning, and will bring the top of the order and Ashley Sweat to the plate. Ashley had a base hit his first time at the plate and flied out to the center fielder his 2nd time. That would have been Matt Easterday was in center by then. Luke Allen checks the runner at first and brings the first one to Sweat, and it's a fastball way high. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs now, though, in the top of the 4th inning. The Rams down 3. It's going to take some little bit of offense. Here's the pitch, and that ball is fouled down the right field line and out of play. And that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on Ashley Sweat. On that last play, hit by Corey Tarver the ball. A line shot. Easterday came in and came up holding the ball and hesitated, like I said, just for a minute, or they may have had Craig Butler doubled off first. Here's the 1-1. That ball's popped up. And Lance Coffin giving chase in foul territory, and he makes the play. Good play by Lance Coffin as he roamed into foul territory and came up with it. But for the Brookwood Broncos, they score 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Ram errors and 1 runner left on base. We head now to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score is Brookwood 3, Newton 0. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
Take the first step in enjoying the benefits of professional foot and ankle care by calling Atlanta Area Podiatry at 385-1935 in Covington or 918-1943 in Conyers. For your convenience, most surgical procedures are performed in our surgical suite on an outpatient basis. State-of-the-art laser equipment will minimize your discomfort. For initial consultation to follow-up care, contact Atlanta Area Podiatry, located at 4122 Tate Street in Covington or 1720 Honey Creek Commons in Conyers. Call the best before trying the rest. Atlanta Area Podiatry, 385-1935 in Covington or 918-1943 in Conyers. Your headquarters for quality care. Atlanta Area Podiatry, 4122 Tate Street in Covington or 1720 Honey Creek Commons in Conyers. Atlanta Area Podiatry.
And the ball game already half over as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Rams will send up Richie Cleary, Sam Allen, and Lance Coffin against Jamie Evans, the Brookwood pitcher. Here's the first pitch to Cleary, low and away for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Evans has done a great job, only 2 hits in 3 innings to the Rams. Meanwhile, the Broncos have pounded out 7 hits and 3 runs and lead 3-0. Here's the 1-0 to Cleary, breaking ball down and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Walked only 1 batter. That's the leadoff batter, Ryan Allen, way back in the 1st inning. Here's the 2-0 to Cleary, and he bounces it up there. That's going to make the count 3 balls and no strikes. Cleary way ahead in the count, 3-0. Rams down by 3. They need base runners. And here's the 3-0 to Cleary. And it's a called strike as Richie was heading down to first base, thought the pitch was inside a little bit. The umpire rang it up, 3-1 the count. No one out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jamie Evans brings the 3-1 to Richie. Swing and chop, the third baseman comes up, makes the play, throws, and in time. Nick Green with a good play retires Richie Cleary. 1 out quickly in the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll bring Sam Allen to the plate. Sam grounded out to the shortstop his first time. Rams continuing to pound the ball into the ground. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ground out putouts already in this game. And Allen waits for the first offer, and here it comes. Breaking ball way low and away. Ball 1. Richie Cleary appeared to have walked on ball 4. It was called a strike, and then he grounded out on the next pitch. And Sam Allen trying to get something going for the Rams. Here's the 1-0. There's a shot, and the third baseman, Nick Green, dives, comes up, throws, and got him on a tremendous play by Nick Green. Ball heading down the line, hit by Sam Allen. Green dove headlong, backhanded it, got up, and threw out Sam Allen by a couple of steps. And Lance Coffin bats now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Rams do not appear to be catching any breaks. And could be in serious trouble if they don't get these bats going shortly. Jamie Evans brings the first one to Lance. And that's his line drive. That one's fair, past Nick Green. He didn't come up with this one. Coffin rounds first, and he will hold as they get the ball back in. That's the 3rd hit for the Newton Rams in the game. Nick Green almost with another great catch as that ball raised chalk down the left field line, but Coffin with a 2-out base hit, and that'll bring Chris Middlebrooks to the plate. Chris grounded out to the shortstop his first time at bat. Rams hitting the ball down into the ground. That's a tough thing, especially with the wind blowing out. Middlebrooks has home run capabilities. He hit one earlier this year in the South Metro tournament. Lance with a short lead at first. Evans throws over there, Coffin back in easily. 2 outs though. Hard to get rallies started with 2 outs. The Rams kind of quiet down the third baseline. Another throw to first, and Lance Coffin back in time. 3-0 your score from Brookwood High School. Coffin has his lead. And here's the pitch to Middlebrook. And it's a little bit low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Ram hitters need to be patient. Jamie Evans struggling a little bit more as the game goes on with his control. We're looking down. We have no one warming in the bullpen for either team at this time. Coaches appear to be going with their pitchers. And here's the 1-0 to Chris. And that ball's chopped up the middle. Shunk second baseman over to shortstop in time. Ball hit on 2 hops to Corey Tarver, who tossed to Mark Bell. And that's going to do it for the Rams here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Your score is still Brookwood 3, Newton 0. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
Your guide to lawn care, farming, and gardening is the Farm and Garden Depot on Emory Street in Covington. For animal health, they have vitamins, dewormers, Happy Jack and Adams flea products, rabbit cages and supplies, chicken feeders and supplies, and AG spot sprayers. That's the Farm and Garden Depot, 4125 Emory Street, behind Burger King in Covington. 787-3870, 787-3870. If you think your business is too small to afford a business radio system, think again. It may be too small not to have one. In a small business, efficiency is a must. The more time you save, the more money you make. East Metro Communications can show you how a business radio system can make your business more efficient. To find out more about the full line of standard business radios, see East Metro Communications on Highway 278 or call 786-6796. Your local authorized dealer for Standard Communications, the business radio people.
And welcome back, Brookwood High School and Newton Ram Baseball. Moving right along, we head top of the 5th inning, and the news is not good for Ram fans. They're on the short end of a 3-0 score. And the Brookwood Broncos bat in the top of the 5th inning, and they'll send the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to the plate: Jason Harris, Nick Green, and Wes Warren. Rams having troubles with the bats. They've only managed 3 hits and no runs so far. Meanwhile, Brookwood has pounded out 7 hits and 3 runs. Luke Allen, the pitcher for the Rams, brings the first pitch home. Swing and a miss at a high fastball up in the eyes of Jason Harris. He went after it and came away empty. No balls and 1 strike to the Bronco center fielder. Here comes the 0-1, and it's a beauty. A strike called fastball inside corner at the knees, and Allen ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Has his sign for Moon and brings it, and that ball chopped out towards right field. Richie Cleary comes on, and he cannot get it. It bounces in front of him, and the Brookwood Broncos have the leadoff hitter on again for the 5th consecutive inning. They start the inning off by putting their leadoff hitter on, and that's the 8th hit in the ball game. Ball not hit hard, but just out and landed in front of Richie Cleary. That's going to bring Nick Green, the third baseman, to the plate. He was a strikeout victim his first time, and then was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Jason Harris gets his lead over at first, and Allen's first pitch sails high and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. We're in the 5th inning on a windy, cool day from Brookwood High School. Allen checks the runner first and brings it. Swinging drill to left field. Way back, and it is off the wall. Richie Cleary up, brings it towards third. The runners will be safe at second and third. That ball turned on by Nick Green as he drilled it, and it took 1 bounce and off the wall. And the Broncos now with runners at second and third and nobody out. Richie Cleary, by the way, is now playing left field. That ball hit in front of Chris Middlebrooks off of the bat of Jason Harris. But the Rams are in trouble once again. And Coach comes out, and that may be all for Luke Allen. And, yes, it looks like that's going to be it. Not sure who is going to come in and pitch. But we'll be back and tell you all about it in just a moment. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS, AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
It's May's Best Buys of the Month going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware. Igloo Little Playmate Cooler Combo, only $8.99. And Ace Radio Belt Hose, $8.99. Seal-Tech Waterproofing Sealer, $7.47 a gallon. And Armor All Protectant, $5.69. It's May's Best Buys of the Month going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza.
Today's business relies on communication. A two-way radio system provides communication instantly. For information about two-way radio, visit East Metro Communications, this area's oldest dealer in communications equipment. East Metro Communications is locally owned and operated. That means you get good hometown service before and, most importantly, after the sale. East Metro Communications is conveniently located on Highway 278, a quarter mile east of the hospital. Call 786-6796. Your guide to lawn care, farming, and gardening is the Farm and Garden Depot on Emory Street in Covington. For animal health, they have vitamins, dewormers, Happy Jack and Adams flea products, rabbit cages and supplies, chicken feeders and supplies, and AG spot sprayers. That's the Farm and Garden Depot, 4125 Emory Street, behind Burger King in Covington. 787-3870, 787-3870.
Welcome back. Brookwood High School in the Newton are in trouble in the fifth inning. They've made another pitching change. Richie Cleary comes in from left field to pitch. Matt Easterday moves back over to left, and Luke Allen goes back out to center. Chris Middlebrook stays in right field. The Brookwood Broncos have runners on second and third, and no one out in the top of the fifth inning, and already with a 3-0 lead. The Rams bring the infield in. They're going to have to try to cut down the run at the plate. Here's Cleary's first pitch. Down in the dirt. Good block by Brian Moon to keep it out in front of him. 1 ball, no strikes. Cleary pitched a complete game on Saturday, going the distance, giving up only the 3-run homer in the win. And here comes the 1-0. Breaking ball and a called strike as he caught the outside corner with it. That evens the count at 1-1. Richie really needs the strikeout or the pop-up here. Cleary gets his sign from Brian Moon. And here's the 1-1. Another swing and a miss at a curveball. Cleary had him off. Wes Wern off balance with the breaking ball. Wern has struck out and grounded into a double play. And Richie Cleary would like to put another K beside his name in the scorebook. Here comes the 1-2, and just a little bit low. Borderline pitch there. Richie could have really used that one. 2-2 the count now. Brian Moon flashes the sign. Richie working from the full windup. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at another curveball, and he got the strikeout. Warren strikes out for the second time in the ballgame, and that'll bring Brad Teal to the plate. Teal with a base hit his first time, then reached on a error, but was tagged out as he turned the wrong way down at first base. Reached on an error by second baseman Brian Moon, but Brian Moon, the catcher, Ludley, had picked up the ball and went over and made the tag on him. 1 out now. Cleary's first pitch, swing and hit to short right field. We may have a play at the plate. Middlebrooks comes in, makes the catch. Here's the throw, and the ball's cut off. And another run scores for the Broncos. That makes the score now 4-0. As Brad Teal, credit him with a sacrifice fly to right field. Middlebrooks' throw in was not in time, and the Rams are now down 4-0, as the Broncos have pounded out 9 hits now. 2 hits in this inning. They've got the leadoff hitter on every inning, and have now scored 4 runs. And that'll bring shortstop Mark Bell to the plate. He bats now with 2 outs in the 5th inning. The Rams really have their work cut out for him now. Here's Cleary's pitch, high and away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs now, though, in the 5th inning. Here's the 1-0 from Cleary, a breaking ball and a called strike as it caught the inside corner at the knees. That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Cleary has relieved Luke Allen in the 5th. Here's the 1-1 and another breaking ball hit out towards Coffin. He boots it, and the throw to Cleary at first, and he got him! A very strange play. The ball hit off of Coffin over to second baseman Ryan Moon, who alertly picked it up and threw to pitcher Richie Cleary covering, and the putout was made. But the Brookwood Broncos do score 1 run. They did so on 2 hits. There were no Ram errors, and 1 runner left on base for the Broncos. We head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score is now Brookwood 4, Newton 0. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
If you want to save money on a great chainsaw, you want the Husqvarna 51. Because right now at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, you can pick up the powerful, reliable, and lightweight Husqvarna 51 for only $329.95. That's a savings of $70. With 3.1 cubic inches, the Husky 51 has the power to do some serious cutting. Thanks to an extra-large air intake and filter, it runs clean and cool. It weighs just over 11 pounds and features a combination choke idle for easy starting. What's more, it has one of the industry's lowest vibration ratings. It all adds up to a saw that lets you do a lot more with a lot less effort. No wonder professional loggers choose Husqvarna. So pick up your own Husqvarna, the Husky 51, and save big. It's just $329.95 at Coast to Coast Home and Auto. Call them at 786-7979 for more information, or see them on the square in downtown Covington.
And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Newton Rams only 3 more at bat. They trail by 4 here. Moon leads off. First pitch low and away for a ball. And the Rams second baseman ahead in the count. 1 ball and no strike. Ryan popped up to the second baseman his first time to the plate back in the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-0 swinging. Slide out towards right field. And the right fielder underneath it makes the catch. Ashley Sweat easily retiring Ryan Moon for the first out of the 5th inning. That'll bring Matt Easterday to the plate. Matt grounded out to the shortstop, his first at bat. The Rams need base runners and need a bunch of them. Jamie Evans doing a good job of holding them at bay. Here's the first pitch to Easterday. It's high and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Evans has gone the whole way so far, allowing only 3 hits and only 1 walk. Here's a 1-0 to Easterday, breaking ball, and it's a called strike. 1-1 the count. Evans walked the leadoff batter. Ryan Allen has not walked another one since. Only given up 3 hits, all singles. 1-1 to Easterday. Here's the pitch, and low and away with the curveball. And Easterday ahead in the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike, and the wind is really whipping here now. Evans gets his sign from catcher Brad Teal, and time is called. A lot of dust floating around in the air now with the strong winds gusting. 2-1 the count, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Easterday ready, swinging a miss at the high heat, and he chased one up out of the strike zone, and that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matt a little upset with himself. He knew that one was not in the strike zone. 2-2 the count. Jamie Evans prepares to bring it. Here it comes. Breaking ball hit right up the middle, and look what I've got. Jamie Evans over to first in time. Had his glove down. The ball nicely rolled into it, and he retires Matt Easterday with a throw to first base, and quickly 2 outs in the 5th inning. That's going to bring Ryan Allen to the plate. Ryan has reached base both times he's been up. First inning with a walk and a base hit in the 3rd inning. And he bats here with 2 outs in the 5th. Here's the pitch to him, and swinging a shot up the middle. Second baseman over gloves, throws high, safe, and the throw gets away and into the dugout, and Ryan Allen will go down to second base. And credit Ryan Allen with a base hit again, and an error on the throw by the second baseman, Corey Tarver. Allen appeared to have it beat at first base, and the throw sailed way high and into the dugout. And that'll put Ryan Allen down at second base now, but with 2 outs again. Every time the Rams have got something going, it's always been with 2 outs. That'll bring Brian Moon to the plate. Brian hit a long fly for an out, his first at bat, and then ripped the single to center field in the 3rd inning when the Rams had 2 on, but were not able to capitalize and score. If Brian can keep it going, Luke Allen will be on deck. Ryan Allen with 2 hits and a walk. leads the way down at second base. Brian Moon steps to the plate. Rams starting to chatter it up a little bit. Jamie Evans brings the first one in. Moon fouls it back to the screen. Had a good cut and fouled it back. The Rams need to get something here. They've squandered what few chances they've had. Only 4 hits in the game now for the Rams. Brian Moon checks his sign, and time is called as the Brookwood coach comes out to talk to Jamie Evans, as does the catcher, Brad Teal. Rams down a 4 spot here. Need to get something going, get a run or two on the board to get into the game. They've really been out of the flow with the sticks so far, and a couple of runs here would go a long ways towards helping them come back. Tom Jones, the head coach of the Brookwood Broncos, was out talking to his pitcher, and he returns to the dugout. Teal back behind the plate, and Brian Moon steps back up to the dish, ready to do battle with Jamie Evans, the pitcher. Evans shakes off a sign, and time is called again. This may be the longest time between pitches in the history. We're having a hard time getting this next pitch delivered. Wind continuing to blow out. Brian Moon awaits the 0-1 offering. Here it comes. And it's a curveball just a little bit low and outside. 1-1 the count. Pitch drop just a little bit low out of the strike zone, and Moon, with a good eye, was able to lay off that pitch. He's even on the count, 1-1. Ryan Allen, the shortstop, leads away down at second. Evans checks him and brings it home, and it's bounced up there as it hit about 4 feet out in front of the plate, and Moon now ahead in the count, 2-1. Brian can look for something good to hit. 2-1 the count, 2 outs, runner down at second base. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430. And Evans checks in. Here's the 2-1, and it's a fastball outside corner at the knees, and Moon looks at it as it goes by for a called strike. 2-2 the count now, 2 out and a runner at second base. Critical part in the game for the Newton Rams. Brian Moon has to protect that plate. Ryan Allen leads away at second. Jamie Evans from the belt brings it home, and the pitch hits him, and Brian Moon will go down to first base. So the Rams with 2 runners on again. That pitch down a little low on the inside caught Moon in the right leg. He's all right as he hustles down to first base. And Luke Allen steps to the plate. Luke struck out and grounded out to second base. Love to see Luke really lay into one here and drive a run or 2 home. 2 outs, though. Takes the 2-out hit from Allen. Both runners lead away. Here's the pitch to Luke, and low and inside as it brushes him back away from the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. If Allen can keep it going, big Richie Cleary on deck. Jamie Evans in a bit of a jam, but with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And it's a fastball at the knees. 1-1 the count to Luke. 2 outs. Brian Moon down at second. Ryan Allen down at second. Brian Moon at first. Brian Allen reached on a single, went over on the air, and Brian Moon hit by a pitch. Here's the 1-1 to Luke. Dribbled to the first baseman, and no, they're calling it a foul ball as it went off of Luke's foot, and Luke's in pain. That ball hit off his right instep, and he is really in pain as he hobbles around now. And he's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That really hurts when that happens. You see a lot of Major League ball players that wear that extra shin guard down on that instep so that that does not happen. But Luke appears to be all right. He steps up there. And Jamie Evans has his sign, checks the runners, and here comes the 1-2 to Luke. Swing and just fouled back. Luke had a good pitch to hit, got a good cut at it, and ripped it back to the screen. And time called as the umpire has to chase the ball. A lot of space here in foul territory at Brookwood High School. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. This is a spot the Rams pretty much have to make something happen if they want to get back into this game. Moon leads away from first, Allen away from second. Evans has his sign and brings the 1-2. And that ball is skied foul and out of play as it goes over the Ram dugout and up onto the hillside. And Luke Allen stays alive, fighting off a tough pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kind of reminiscent when he had to fight off a couple tough pitches against Salem, and then found a pitch to his liking and drilled it over the left center field wall. Still behind in the count, though. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Needs to protect that plate. 2 outs. The runners get their leads. Here comes the 1-2 to Allen, and just off the inside part of the plate. Luke bailed out on the fastball, and the umpire calls it ball 2. And now the deuces are wild. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 the count. The Ram runners lead away. Jamie Evans has his sign, and here comes the 2-2. Swing and a foul back to the backstop, and we'll do it again. Luke Allen battling hard at the plate. Coach Joe Brassfield shouting words of encouragement, telling him to stay in there on. Deuces stay wild. 2-2 the count. 2 on, 2 out. Critical spot in the ball game for the Newton Rams. Luke Allen looks for one to hit. Ryan Allen and Brian Moon lead away. Here's the 2-2. Swing, and he pops it up into short center field. And Jason Harris camps underneath it and makes the play. And that's going to do it for the Rams in the 5th inning. They scored no runs. They had 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on base. We head now to the top of the 6th inning. Your score is still Brookwood 4, Newton 0. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS, AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
I'm just starting out on my own. I know the importance of life insurance to protect obligations, like my new car loan. But is there an insurance program that I can fit into my budget?
No problem with Auto Owners 10-year level term insurance.
How will I know this is the right kind of life insurance for me?
Auto Owners 10-year level term provides low-cost level protection and can be converted to permanent insurance later.
Who can I talk to find out more about Auto Owners 10-year level term insurance?
Call your auto owner's agents. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213, your auto owner's agent.
Auto owners, the no problem people.
For the best in chiropractic care, visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114, 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia, 482-1114, 482-1114.
And welcome back to Brookwood High School. And the Newton Rams still on the short end of a 4-0 score as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Bill Dolan here bringing you the play-by-play. The Rams had an opportunity that they let get out of their grasp in the last inning. Had 2 runners on with 2 outs, but a Luke Allen fly ball to center field snuffed that rally. The Brookwood Broncos will send designated hitter Craig Butler, Andrew Bice, and Corey Tarver to the plate in the 6th inning. The Broncos have pounded out 9 hits and 4 runs as they lead the Rams by a 4 spot. Here's the first pitch to Butler, and it bounces and catches the umpire's foot. He appears to be okay. 1 ball and no strikes. Butler perfect on the day with 2 base hits, 1 in the 2nd and 1 in the 4th. Richie Cleary working now for the Rams, brings the 1-0 home. Curveball just a little bit inside, and Richie wanted that call but didn't get it. 2-0 to count now to the designated hitter. Here's the 2-0, and it bounces up there, and Cleary now behind 3 balls and no strikes. Here comes the cripple pitch from Cleary, and it's down low for a ball, and he walks the leadoff hitter. And once again, the Brookwood Broncos have put the leadoff hitter on. And that'll bring Andrew Bice, the first baseman, to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and had a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning. And it looks like we've got another pinch runner for Craig Butler, the designated hitter. And it's going to be number 3, Mario Soto. Mario for Craig Butler, the designated hitter. Throw over to first, and he's back in time. 1 ball and no strikes to Andrew Bice, the first baseman. Richie Cleary checks the runner and brings the first one home. The second offering, rather, and that's low for a ball. 2-0 the count now. And Richie behind Andrew Bice. Has his sign, checks the runners, and brings the 2-0. Breaking ball high, snap throw to first, and he is safe as he just dives back in. But Cleary now behind in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. As Richie's in danger of putting runners at first and second with nobody out. Here's the 3-0, and that's a called strike. The cripple pitch, a fastball caught the inside corner, about waist high. 3-1 the count now in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the 3-1, and that's a beauty, a strike called on the outside corner. 3-2. Mario Soto, the pinch runner, leads away from first. Cleary checks him and brings the payoff pitch. Chopped towards Sam Allen, and it's over his head into left field. Allen was playing in close, and that ball bounced over his head, and the Broncos with another runner on, their 10th hit of the ball game. And that will bring Corey Tarver, the second baseman, to the plate. And he has shown an indication to want to bunt earlier, and I think you can probably look for a possible sacrifice attempt here. The Rams will have to come in on the corners. They'll play at normal depth around second and short. Tough break there for the Rams as Sam Allen's playing back. That ball's an easy out. Pickoff play, they've got him picked off, and he is out at third. Good pickoff move by Cleary. Fake went to throw down to second. The runner broke, and then Cleary took his time and made a good throw to Sam Allen to retire Mario Soto. So put that in your book as an out, stealing 1-5. And the first out of the inning, and a gift for the Rams, as they were in trouble again with 2 on and nobody out. And another change coming possibly for the Brookwood Broncos. And we've got another pinch runner. Marcus Wiggins comes in to run for Andrew Bice at first base. 1 out now in the 6th inning. Corey Tarver bats. He has no count yet. Marcus Wiggins with his lead, and here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss, a kind of a weak offering by Corey Tarver. And he's down 0-1. Here's the next one, a ground ball to Allen. Could be 2. Over to Moon for 1. Over to first, and he is out. A double play. And the Rams turn another double play. Ball not hit too hard, but the Rams turned it well. Ryan Allen to Ryan Moon to Lance Coughlin. 6-4-3, and that'll take care of the Brookwood Broncos in the top half of the 6th inning. They score no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. We head now to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is still Brookwood 4, Newton 0. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating at 786-4937. They'll send them packing, termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches, and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls. Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Irish Drive in Conyers, 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan. We won't be undersold. That's 922-7600. And welcome back to Brookwood High School. Rich Cleary leads off bottom of the for the Rams,
and he's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. The Rams still down 4 and need to get something going here. Here's the 1-0 to Ritchie, down low and away, ball 2. 2-0 the count to Cleary. Ritchie got a little help in that last inning, picked off a runner off second, and then his infield turned the old wholesaler for him. For those of you not familiar, the wholesaler, 2 for the price of 1 as the Rams turn the twin killing for the second time in the ball game. The only problem the Rams have had today is with the sticks. They need to get something going. 2-0 to count to Cleary, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Ritchie went hunting for the one up in his eyes. Came up empty. 2-1 the count now. The Ram pitcher now in his 3rd position of the game. Readies, here's the 2-1. Swinging, drilled out towards right center field. The right fielder coming on. Can't get it as it falls in front of him. He got a real late break on it. Ashley Sweat got a late jump on it, and it dropped in front of him. So the Rams have their leadoff hitter on base for only the 2nd time in the ball game. Not since the 1st inning that they put their leadoff hitter on. That's going to bring Sam Allen, the 3rd baseman, to the plate. Sam has grounded out twice in this ball game. Once to the shortstop, Mark Bell, and the other time to Nick Green, the 3rd baseman, who made a diving catch and threw him out at first. Cleary with a very short lead down at first. Sam Allen steps up, and here's the first pitch, and it's a called strike, a fastball in at the knees on the inside corner. And Jamie Evans is ahead in the count now, no balls and 1 strike. Rams down 4. That kind of takes them a bit out of their running game. They need base runners. Snap throw to first. Cleary back in diving. Wind still whipping here. If Sam could get one up into the air, up towards left center or left field, it could clear the yard and put the Rams back in the ball game. Jamie Evans checks Ritchie at first and brings the 0-1 home. And it's a curveball, bounces in front. Good stop by Brad Teal, keeping in front of him, and Ritchie Cleary wisely holds at first base. Brad Teal has done a good job of keeping the ball in front of him on some of the pitches down in the dirt. Lance Coffin, the first baseman, loosens up on deck. Cleary only about a 3 or 4 foot lead over at first base. And here comes the 1-1 to Sam. And that's a fastball outside corner, this time at the knees. And Sam's in the hole now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sam will have to shorten up that stroke and just try to keep the ball into play. Cleary once again with a short lead down at first. Evans checks him, has his sign, and here's the 1-2 to Sam. Swing and drilled into left field for a base hit for Sam Allen. Left fielder over, he cuts it off and gets it back in. Well, the Rams have something going now. 2 base hits and nobody out. Sam Allen in the hole, drilled a pitch over the shortstop's head into left field. Ritchie Cleary holding at second on the base hit. That'll bring Lance Coffin to the plate. Lance had a base hit his last time up and was erased in the 4th play. He was caught looking his first time back in the 2nd inning. And here comes Coach Tom Jones out to talk to pitcher Jamie Evans. Rams need to get something going here. They're down a 4 spot, and it's getting late. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. However, the Rams with 2 on and nobody out. Their best scoring opportunity so far of the day. Every other time they've had something going, it's been with 2 outs. This is the first time they've gotten something going with less than 2 outs. The key batter in this inning, the man stepping up to the plate, number 10, Lance Coffin. Lance doing a good job this year of hitting, has improved tremendously. Has a batting average up over 300. Also a good on-base percentage, taking a lot of walks. A walk would not hurt here. The more runners, the better. The first baseman plays in front of Sam Allen. The rest of the infield plays back. And Jamie Evans steps off. The 3rd baseman, Nick Green, in shouting something to him. He will work from the stretch. Ritchie Cleary, the runner at second. Sam Allen, the runner at first. Wind still blowing here. Coffin looks out. Evans comes to the belt. And here's the first one to Lance. And it's down in the dirt. About a 58-foot curveball. And a good stop once again by Brad Teal, the catcher. Coffin ahead in the count. 1 ball and no strikes. Ram hitters need to be patient. Sam Allen made him throw a couple strikes and then sat on one and laced it for a hit. The Rams with 2 on. Nobody out. Here's the pitch to Coffin. Swing and a shot. Past Here's the diving shortstop in the left field, and Cleary will hold at third. And another base hit for Lance Coffin. The Rams now have the sacks jammed with nobody out. Good job of hitting by Lance Coffin as he found the hole between third and short. And Coach Brassfield wisely holding Richie Cleary down at third base. And we are going to have a pinch hitter. Brent Johnson is going to re-enter the game. He originally, of course, was the starting pitcher. And he comes back in and will bat instead of Chris Middlebrooks. The bases are loaded. Nobody out in the bottom of the sixth inning. If the Rams are going to do something, this is the spot they need to. Brent Johnson celebrating his 18th birthday today. And what a way to say happy birthday if he could find some way to drill one into a gap or maybe up over the scoreboard out there in left center. He looks down. Coach Joe Brassfield talking to the players. Richie Cleary at third. Sam Allen at second. Lance Coffin at first. Brent Johnson steps to the plate. Jamie Evans working from the stretch. Comes to the belt. Here's the first pitch. Curveball low and away. That's 1 ball, no strikes. Brent can be picky up here. There's no place to put him. 4 wide ones, drives in a run too. And time is called, and we're going to have a pinch runner here. And a name known to Ram fans and a number known to Ram fans. Stephen Hires comes in to run for Lance Coffin. And I'm sure you'll see Lance go back in the game the next inning, but Stephen comes in to pinch run in the 6th inning. Stephen, of course, wearing the numbered jersey that his brother Tim wore and was retired, but the Hires family consented to let him wear it so that the Rams could dress an extra player. 1-0 the count. Brent Johnson at the plate. Here's the 1-0. And it's a called strike. The fastball outside corner at the knees. 1-1 the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Rams trying to make some noise. For the first time, they have a great scoring chance. Nobody out. Brent Johnson wanting to say happy birthday. Here's the 1-1. And a swing and a miss. Good high, hard fastball by Jamie Evans. And Brent comes up empty. He's now in the hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stephen Hires leads the way at first. Sam Allen down at second. Richie Cleary at third. Brent Johnson has to protect that plate now. He needs to get the ball in play. The Rams need something here. And here's the pitch. And a shot right at the first baseman. Throw to the plate. Out. Back to first base. Safe. They say he's safe. They did not give him the call. They pulled him off the bag. And the first base umpire is coming down now to talk to the home plate umpire. The ball was hit at the first baseman, and now the home plate umpire changes the call, and they are calling him out on a double play. They're calling him out. I'm not sure under what. Coach Derek Coggins out talking to the first base umpire, and just a tough break for the Rams. Coach Brassfield out wants to get his 2 cents worth in. The first base umpire originally called Brent safe. He went and talked to the home plate umpire, and the home plate umpire now comes out and moves Coach Coggins back to the coaching box. Coach Brassfield talking about it, and probably the worst thing that could have happened to the Rams on the play happened. A double play as Brent Johnson grounded to the first baseman, and the first baseman threw home to the catcher, who then threw back to the first baseman. Brent Johnson was called out. And Brent Johnson still standing down on first base. And now we're not... And now Brent Johnson does come off the base. It is a double play. There are 2 outs now. Brent Johnson called out on a tough play. So Richie Cleary is forced at the plate, and then Brent Johnson out on the double play at first base. We're still not sure why, unless they called Brent out for being inside the baseline. Not really sure what caused it, but that's going to bring Jeffrey Norman to the plate, pinch hitting for Ryan Moon. The Rams now with 2 outs, though, in the bottom of the 6th inning. A strange play, and it might have been the last straw for the Rams. It appears to have really taken a lot of the start shot. Here's the first pitch to Norman, and it's a ball low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Norman with not too many at-bats this season so far. has managed to get on base with some regularity, several walks, adding to his on-base percentage. He's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch, and it's down. No, it's a called strike. Looked a little bit low and away, but the umpire rings it up. 1-1 the count now on senior Jeffrey Norman, batting here in a critical spot for the Rams. Evans has his sign and prepares to bring the 1-1 to Norman. Here it is. Swinging a shot. Just foul down the right field line. If that ball 6 inches farther over to the left, it's down into the corner and plates 2. But now Norman in the hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and with 2 outs in the 6th inning. A tough break for the Rams as Brent Johnson hit the ball hard, but right at the first baseman who came home and then back to first. 1-2 the count to Norman. He readies. Here's the pitch from Evans. Swing and a miss, and see you later. Jeffrey Norman goes and sits down, and that does it for the Rams in the 6th inning. They come up with no runs. They did have 3 hits. There were no errors on, and the Rams left 2 runners on base. We head now to the top of the 7th inning. Your score still the same. Brookwood 4, Newton 0. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS, AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
Take the first step in enjoying the benefits of professional foot and ankle care by calling Atlanta Area Podiatry at 385-1935 in Covington or 918-1943 in Conyers. For your convenience, most surgical procedures are performed in our surgical suite on an outpatient basis. State-of-the-art laser equipment will minimize your discomfort. For initial consultation to follow-up care, contact Atlanta Area Podiatry, located at 4122 Tate Street in Covington or 1720 Honey Creek Commons in Conyers. Call the best before trying the rest. Atlanta Area Podiatry, 385-1935 in Covington or 918-1943 in Conyers. Your headquarters for quality care. Atlanta Area Podiatry, 4122 Tate Street in Covington or 1720 Honey Creek Commons in Conyers. Atlanta Area Podiatry.
High school as we head to the top of the 7th inning. And another wasted opportunity for the Rams in the 6th inning as they had the bases jammed and nobody out and were unable to dent the scoreboard as Jeffrey Norman went down swinging with runners at 2nd and 3rd. And Richie Cleary pitches in the top of the 7th inning to Ashley Sweat leading off, and that first pitch is a strike called. No balls in. 1 strike. Sweat 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the next one, a breaking ball outside and in the dirt. 1-1 the count. The top of the 7th inning already. 4-0 Brookwood. Cleary brings the 1-1 home. Swinging shot out at Ryan Moon. He knocks it down, picks it up, throws, and got him. Good play by Moon as he stayed with it. And for the first time all night, the Brookwood Broncos do not put the leadoff hitter on. That's been a key for them. They have put the leadoff hitter on. The Rams have not. The Rams had their chance last inning and could not come through. Jason Harris, the center fielder, hits now with 1 out in the 7th inning. The Rams' last chance will start with Matt Easterday. Here's the pitch from Cleary, and it's a called strike. The fastball outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Cleary readies and deals. And just off the outside part of the plate. 1-1 the count now. 1-1, 1 out, and here's the pitch. Curveball and a beauty, and Jason Harris comes up empty as he swings away. Cleary up in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And working quickly, here it is, and strike 3. Harris went after the high heat, foul tipped it into the mitt of Brian Moon, who hung on. And there's a strikeout for Cleary. That's his 2nd strikeout. And that'll bring Nick Green, the 3rd baseman for the Broncos, to the plate. 2 outs quickly for the Ram pitcher Cleary, and here's the pitch, and a strike call, fastball outside corner at the knees. Rams need a 4 spot to stay in this next inning. Here's the pitch, swinging chop towards Sam Allen. He can't get it. Ryan Allen keeps it on the infield, falls down, and it'll be a base hit for Nick Green. And that's the 2nd hit of the night for Nick Green. He also reached on a hit by hit by a pitch back in the third inning. So he's 2 for 3, and that'll bring Wes Warren, the left fielder, to the plate. Another chopper that got by Sam Allen. Ryan Allen got over, got a glove on it, but was unable to make a play. And Richie checks the runner at first and brings the first one to Warren. Curveball in a beauty, swing and a miss, and he's ahead in the count now. No balls and 1 strike. That's the 11th hit for the Brookwood Broncos. 11 hits now. Here's the 0-1, swinging sky towards left field. Matt Easterday underneath it, back, and he squeezes it for the 3rd out of the inning. That'll do it for the Brookwood Broncos in the top of the 7th inning. They fail to score, do have 1 base hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We head now to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's do or die for the Newton Rams. They need a 4 spot to stay alive. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covenant's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
If you think your business is too small to afford a business radio system, think again. It may be too small not to have one. In a small business, efficiency is a must. The more time you save, the more money you make. East Metro Communications can show you how a business radio system can make your business more efficient. To find out more about the full line of standard business radios, see East Metro Communications on Highway 278 or call 786-6796. Your local authorized dealer for Standard Communications, the business radio people.
It's May's Best Buys of the Month going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware. A Weed Eater 12-inch electric trimmer, only $25.77. Ace Insecticides, $3.99 each. A Festival High Back Chair, $8.97. And Gilmore 1-gallon poly sprayer, only $9.97. It's May's Best Buys of the Month going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza.
And we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Newton Rams' last chance. Matt Easterday leads off and takes the strike call. No balls and 1 strike. Easterday will be followed by the top of the order, Ryan Allen and Brian Moon. And here's the 0-1 to Matt. Swinging, dribbled down right through the wickets of the 3rd baseman, Nick Green. And could lightning strike twice here? A few weeks ago in the 7th inning, the Brookwood Broncos played at 5 to beat the Newton Rams. And Nick Green came in and could not stop it, so Matt Easterday reaches first on the error by the 3rd baseman. That'll bring Ryan Allen to the plate. Ryan on base all 3 times, 2 hits and a walk. Also has a stolen base to his credit. Easterday with a short lead at first. Here's the pitch to Ryan, and it's a fastball called strike as Jamie Evans gets ahead in the count. 1, no balls and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Rams. Evans checks Easterday, throws over there. He's back in standing. Easterday is not going to get too far off the base with the Rams down 4 runs. Coach Derek Coggins making sure, keeping him close. Ryan Allen, 2 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch, swinging right back to the pitcher, to the shortstop for 1, over to first, not in time. And 1 down on the fielder's choice. Ryan Allen reaches on the fielder's choice as Matt Easterday is retired 1-6 down at second base. And that's going to bring Brian Moon to the plate. Brian hit a long fly ball to the wall and right. Also had a base hit, and his last at bat was hit by a pitch. Rams down to their final 2 outs in 1995. And Evans brings the first one to Brian, and it's a strike call. Evans suddenly finding the strike zone, getting ahead of the Ram hitters. Brian Moon, the Ram catcher. Could this be his last at bat in a Newton Ram uniform? Evans waits, brings it home, and it's down low, 1-1 the count. The Rams need more base runners. Luke Allen on deck, and if he can keep it going, Richie Cleary to follow. The Rams have the heart of the order coming up. Ryan Allen, the runner, down at first base. He's not being held by the first baseman, Andrew Bice, who is in behind him. His run, of course, not important. The Rams need his and 3 others. By plane behind him. He helps to protect that hole a little more out into right field. 1-1 the count, 1 out. Ryan Moon at the plate. Here's the pitch. Curveball, rip foul past first base. And Moon now in the hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Things not looking great for the Rams here. They need a rally and need it in a big way. Ryan Moon hits here with 1 out. Ryan Allen, the runner down at first. He reached on the fielder's choice after forcing Matt Easterday at second base. Moon readies for the 1-2 offering from Jamie Evans. And time is called as Brian Moon asks for time from the umpire and steps out. Coach Joe Brassfield down at third base flashing his signs. Ryan Allen with a short lead at first. And here's the pitch to Moon, and he skies it foul and out of play. Staying alive, fought off a tough pitch in on his hands, and he fouled it back out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count, 1 out. In the bottom of the 7th inning, Brookwood on top, 4-zip. The Rams have had their chances, but have failed to bring anyone home. Evans checks Ryan Allen and brings a 1-2. And Moon drills at the center field. Center fielder going back. He will not get this one. And it's a ground rule double as it bounces over the wall. Brian Moon drilled it to center field, and 1 hopped over the fence. The Rams are not dead yet. Runners at second and third now with only 1 out, and Luke Allen will come to the plate. And that might have been a bad break for the Rams because Ryan Allen probably could have scored on that had it gotten down and not gone over the wall. But the Rams need more than his run anyhow. He's over at third base. Brian Moon down at second base. A real rocket shot hit by Brian Moon. Luke Allen steps to the plate, and yes, fans, Luke Allen is due. He's 0 for 3, a strikeout, a ground out, and a routine fly ball to the center fielder. The Rams still with a chance. Allen looking for something to drive. Here's the first pitch. Inside, brushes him back off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Richie Cleary, the Rams cleanup hitter, on deck. If he can keep something going, Sam Allen would follow him. It's not over till it's over, as Yogi would say. Rams with another chance. They can't afford to squander this one. It'll be all over. 1-0 the count to Luke. And another ball down low. Luke ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. And can look for Luke maybe to be looking at one here, trying to make him throw a strike. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Allen off third, Moon off second. And a fastball way high. 3-0 the count. And another wide one here would load him for the Rams and bring the potential tying run to the plate in the person of Richie Cleary. 3-0 to Luke Allen. And here it comes. And ball 4, and the bases are loaded with only 1 out, and Richie Cleary stepping to the plate. Richie, the team leader on home runs with 4, and the Brookwood Broncos manager walks out to the mound. And they're going to make a pitching change. That's going to do it for Jamie Evans, and we'll be back to tell you who it's going to be in just a moment. Newton Ram Baseball, WGFS, AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covenant's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
If you bury your nose in a cloud of sawdust and breathe deep, you're going to get choked up. Unless you're the new Husqvarna 36 chainsaw with air injection filtering, now available at Coast to Coast Home and Auto. Husqvarna's exclusive air injection saws run up to 20 times cleaner than any other saw on the market. With the Husky 36, you can work harder and longer without stopping for a filter change. What's more, an ergonomic design means that you can last nearly as long as your Husky. An angled front grip puts you in a comfortable working position that's less prone to fatigue, and vibration is kept to a minimum by separating the handles and engine unit. At only $199.95, you can't buy a better saw for home or farm than the Husqvarna 36 with air injection. So to keep your nose clean, stop by Coast to Coast Home and Auto on the Square in Covington to see the 36 and our entire line of quality Husqvarna products.
And welcome back. as it's always darkest before the storm or whatever. It's hard to say what to expect now. The Rams have loaded the bases with one out in the bottom of the 7th inning. They're down a 4 spot, 4-zip. And the Brookwood Broncos have made a pitching change, bringing in Dusty Wall to pitch. Dusty Wall, big, tall, lanky kid, appears to throw hard, and he'll be facing one of the better fastball pitch hitters around in Richie Cleary. Richie likes to swing away and turn on the fastball. Only one out, and Richie Cleary to the dish. He'll be followed by Sam Allen. The Rams had a chance last inning, but failed to play to run due to a strange double play. 4-0 your score. Here's Wall's first pitch to Richie, down low for a ball. There is no room for Richie. A free pass here would bring the first run home for the Rams and bring Sam Allen to the plate. 1-0, here it comes. That's down low also, 2-0. And now an interesting call for Coach Joe Brassfield. Does he let Richie swing away at 2-0, or does he make Dusty Wall throw a strike? Here comes the 2-0, and that's the called strike. 2-1 the count now for Richie. Coach Joe Brassfield flashing the signs. Richie Cleary, a fastball hitter against a fastball pitcher. Here's the 2-1, and a called strike, and Richie Cleary does not believe it. Pitch on the outside part of the plate, about knee high. Richie thought it was a little low and away. 2-2 the count now. Bases are jammed, only one out. Here's the pitch to Richie. Swing and just dribbled foul. Richie fought off a tough pitch. That last pitch made Richie have to reach out for that one. It was a tough pitch to handle, but he stayed alive, fouling it off. 2-2 the count, one out. Luke Allen, the runner at first. Brian Moon down at second. Ryan Allen at third. The Rams are not going without a fight. 2-2 the count to Cleary. Here it comes. Ball 3 down in the dirt, and a good stop by Brad Teal, the catcher. And Richie Cleary will look for the payoff pitch. 3-2 the count, only one out. Rams down 4. They need some more base runners. Here comes the payoff pitch to Richie. Swing and a drive, way back, it might go! And it is off the wall! One run is home. Here comes another run. Luke Allen holds it third, and Richie Cleary into second base with a stand-up double. And Cleary got all of it, drilling into center field for a double. And the Rams have not stopped yet. The score now 4-2. And Sam Allen, senior third baseman, will come to the plate. Oh, I thought Richie had lost that one for a moment. He drilled it deep to left center field, and more actually towards center field. Rams down only 2 now. The tying run down at second base. Sam Allen represents the lead run, and the Brookwood Broncos are going to make another change. And coming out is the manager, and we'll pause for just a moment and tell you about it when we come back. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
Are you age 55 or older? We've reduced the cost of auto owners' homeowners insurance 20% in Georgia. Here's why. Our statistics show mature homeowners have fewer and less costly losses. So if you're 55 or older, it's only fair to charge you less for your homeowner's insurance. For mature homeowner savings, see your no-problem auto owner's insurance agent.
Call your auto owner's agents. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street, Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213.
Auto owners, the no-problem people.
Yeah, welcome back to Brookwood High School. The Brookwood Broncos have made another pitching change. Keith Wilson comes in to pitch. He appears to be more of an off-speed curveball type pitcher, and he'll face Sam Allen. Richie Cleary came ever so close to tying this ball game up as he drilled it to the center field wall, driving in 2 runs. The Rams still with runners at second and third, only one out. Sam Allen, representing the lead run, the winning run himself, needs to make sure, though, the one down at second base, 180 feet away, get him to touch home plate. Only one out. Sam Allen has just finished talking to Coach Joe Brassfield. On deck would be Lance Coffin. Sam had a base hit his last time at the plate as he found the hole into left field. Left fielder playing very deep, center fielder very deep, and right fielder very deep. A ball hit to the outfield could score Richie Cleary with the tying run. The Rams trying to come back. Here's the first pitch to Sam, and it bounces in front of the plate, but a good stop by Brad Teal, the catcher. Tough spot for Keith Wilson to come in and pitch. The previous pitcher pitched to only one batter, Dusty Wall, and he gave up a ringing double by Richie Cleary. 1-0 the count to Sam. Runners lead away. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball and a beauty. A strike called inside corner. 1-1 the count now on senior third baseman Sam Allen. This is the time of year Sam usually heats it up. Last year in the playoffs, he was a man to be reckoned with. He bats here with 1 out, 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Another good stop by Brad Teal. And Keith Wilson having a little problems with the breaking ball. Sam can maybe look and sit for a fastball. The Newton Rams trying to come back. They've been down the entire game. They gave up a deuce in the second, another run in the fourth, one in the fifth. They have finally scored their first 2 runs of the game here in the 7th inning. Sam Allen bats with the tying runs on base. Here's the pitch. And it's a fastball outside corner called strike 2. That evens the count now at 2-2. Sam, if you remember, his last at bat got his base hit with 2 strikes. He needs to protect the plate. Lance Coffin waits on deck. Sam Allen waves the war club. He waits for Keith Wilson's offering. Here it comes. Swinging a little chopper towards the shortstop. He's up, throws to first, and he is retired. Luke Allen scores on the play. The winning run, or the tying run rather, now only 90 feet away. Credit Sam Allen with an RBI on the play as he grounds out. But the third run for the Rams comes around to score as Luke Allen scores on the fielder's choice, or on the ground out. And the last hope for the Rams, Lance Coffin. Lance bats here with 2 outs and the tying run at third base. And if Keith Wilson throws a curveball and it bounces, and if it gets away from the catcher, there's a lot of foul territory here. That could be one way to get the run home. The Rams will take it any way they can get it. Any way they can get it. They don't want the season to end. Richie Cleary, the tying run down at third base. 4-3 is your score. Newton Rams trying to stay alive in the Region 8 playoffs. Keith Wilson brings the first one to Lance. And it's down low for a ball. Down low for a ball. Lance Coffin. Here's the pitch to Lance. And that's a strike call, the fastball at the knees. That evens the count at 1-1. 2 outs. Richie Cleary, the tying run, is down at third base. 90 feet away. Coffin looks for something to hit. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball down low. Good stop by Teal as it got down into the third again. Coffin ahead in the count, 2-1. Coffin checks with Coach Bassfield for the sign. I'm sure the coach told him, hit the ball, Lance. Wilson readies. Checks Cleary at third. Here comes the 2-1. And way high over the head of Coffin. That makes the count 3-1 now. And Lance Coffin representing the potential winning run. I don't believe they would really want to put him on base. Here comes the 3-1 to Coffin. Ball 4, and he will trot down to first base. And a base on balls for Lance Coffin. And Coach Joe Bassfield has a decision to make here. Who will he send up to hit against the right-handed pitcher? And let's see, who is it going to be? We're still waiting. He comes in and he's talking to the home plate umpire. 2 outs. The Rams with the tying run at third. The potential potential winning run down at first base. If they can get Lance Coffin home, that would win the game for them. But the important run is Richie Cleary. They need to keep that going. And it looks like it's going to be Trent Alexander. Trent comes to the plate with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Rams down by 1. Only down by 1. And yes, it is Trent Alexander to bat. He'll be batting actually for, well, it's hard to say. Brent Johnson came back in, and so I guess he's actually hitting for Brent Johnson. Trent Alexander, the senior infielder. Probably one of his biggest at-bats of his high school career. And the first baseman comes in and he holds Coffin. Here's the first pitch. Going to call the strike. And Alexander not real happy with that. He's quickly behind. No balls and 1 strike. Trent is a senior. Coach Joe Brassfield giving him a chance to hit with a chance to tie the ball game up. And a throw over to first base. A little bit dangerous there. If he throws one away down past the first baseman into foul territory, that tying run could scamper home. Richie Cleary is the tying run. He's 90 feet away. Trent Alexander trying to bring him home. Here's the 0-1, and it's a curveball in the dirt. And once again, a good stop by Brad Teal. And Keith Wilson has bounced every curveball up there. And if you're Trent Alexander, you can pretty much count on seeing the fastball, because Wilson has yet to throw the curveball for a strike. 1-1 the count. 2 outs. Coffin with a short lead at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball way outside and low. 2-1 the count now. Another one here. 2 more wide ones would load him up. And Ryan Moon, the second baseman, on deck. Coffin gets his lead. And here comes Wilson's 2-1 to Trent. And another breaking ball down in the dirt. Good stop by Brad Teal. That makes the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. And a wide one here would load the bases, put the potential winning run down to second base. Trent Alexander waits for the 3-1 offering. And here it comes. And it's a called strike. He threw the fastball outside corner about thigh high. And count is full. Coffin will be off and running from first base on the pitch. 2 outs. Down to the final pitch for the Newton Rams in 1995. It's up to Trent Alexander. Wilson from the belt. And here it comes to Trent. Swinging sky towards right field. The right fielder, Ashley Sweat, comes in and squeezes it. And that's going to do it for the Newton Rams as they fall victim to the Brookwood Broncos. 4-3, but not without a fight. In the inning, the Rams scored 3 runs. They had 2 hits. There was 1 error on the play, and the Rams left 2 men on base. We'll be back with the totals and highlights in just a moment from Brookwood High School. WGFS AM 1430, bringing you Ram baseball, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
For the best in chiropractic care, visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114, 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia, 482-1114. 482-1114.
Your guide to lawn care, farming, and gardening is the Farm and Garden Depot on Emory Street in Covington. For animal health, they have vitamins, dewormers, Happy Jack and Adams flea products, rabbit cages and supplies, chicken feeders and supplies, and AG spot sprayers. That's the Farm and Garden Depot, 4125 Emory Street, behind Burger King in Covington. 787-3870, 787-3870. Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating at 786-4937. They'll send them packing, termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches, and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington. 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls. Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Irish Drive in Conyers.
Jamie Evans. Jamie Evans lasted all the way until the 7th inning. He ends up with the win for the Brookwood Broncos. For the Broncos, they had 4 runs on 11 hits. They committed 2 errors and left 6 runners on base. Jamie Evans, the starter, does get credit for the win. For the Newton Rams, they scored 3 runs. They had 9 hits, committed 1 error, and left 10 runners on base, and also turned 2 double plays. Brent Johnson, the starter, is the loser. And the season comes to an end for the Newton Rams. It was a great season. They end up winning 20 games and losing 7 overall. But there will be no more Newton Ram baseball, and the seniors have played their last game, and congratulations to them on a great season. It was a good season for the Rams. It's a shame to lose a game like this. They had a chance. They had numerous chances, and just couldn't quite get the job done. And once again, we're going to give away the player of the game today to all the seniors on the Newton Rams as we wish them well as they head out. So the player of the game will be all the seniors on the Rams. Thank you for a great season, the entire team, and Coach Joe Brassfield. So once again, the news is not good from Brookwood High School as the Rams fall 4-3, and they are eliminated from the Region 8 tournament. And this will be our final baseball broadcast of the season. So until next season, this is Bill Dolan from Brookwood High School saying thanks to executive producer Brian Chrisman. And until next season, goodbye for now.